It was a heartless atrocity, unlike anything one would expect a blood-related son to receive. However, in Ava's eyes, perhaps even this was a sign of love for her precious son. The human-shaped lump of flesh wrapped in the red bag was slammed over and over, then thrown high into the air, where it was caught in a massive spiderweb in the sky, still covered with fresh blood. While he hung there as though crucified, George did not even twitch, even if he did have some power to resist remaining to him. The red web holding him there would have held even that in check. The rain, which had been falling non-stop since the beginning, quietly tormented and pitied George. You know what? I'm coming around to her. She has a point. Yeah. How many days have they actually seen each other? I mean, they don't spend, a couple weeks or months together in very close contact. She only can see him on, her days off. It's not like she gets whole weeks at a time off. It might be a couple days here and there in a month. If that. Like, the amount of dates they can go on is extremely limited. The amount of time they can spend together is limited. Even if it's just, let's say he sees her, 40 times a year. That's not a lot. Compared to, other people who've been dating for the same amount of time. And they wouldn't be getting engaged if it's only, that little amount of time. If he would spend a lot more time with them, if he lived on the island, I would see it as different. Then I would be like, well, no, he's clearly been in close contact with her for many years. I think it's fine to get engaged. However, he doesn't really spend that much time with her. I think it would be a little bit of a rush. They might love each other, but they also don't really know each other. They haven't lived together. You probably should. The spiderweb released George reluctantly. She's done a ton for him. And he is being a tad ungrateful, or at least it's coming across that way. That he is being extremely ungrateful for what she's done. Then it threw him to the ground beneath the cloudy sky. Just because, it might not have been what he exactly wanted, but it's clearly something that's helped him in life. It's definitely gotten him far. So, to say it was completely useless what you made him go through, I think it's a net good. He's turned out a much better person than he probably would have been without any of the stuff she's put him through. It was all George could do to get up on his hands and knees. Though he wiped the mud away and stood his ground, he still couldn't raise his head. There's a lot of these things that I've never heard of before. Depends how small the tree is. Thanks, Francis Bacon. Oh, God. The man, drenched in mud and fresh blood, straightened his glasses and slowly stood up. Though he was covered in filth, his appearance had a divine quality to it. Something that could only appear on a self-controlled man, not one who had merely been dozing in his mother's amniotic fluid. Like... Love? Are you gonna say that? Really? When? Except your intelligence and wisdom. As Ava howled, a bright red spiderweb appeared at George's feet once more and tried to scoop him up into the air again. However, that instant, a powerful magic circle could be seen in the area surrounding George for just a moment. Faster than he could be scooped up by the spiderweb, George jumped, and with a single kick of the heel and a magnificent forward flip, he cut the shackles of that spiderweb apart. That smooth movement proved that he had possessed the power to escape from the shackles all along. He had willingly allowed himself to be bound by that web. What the hell? The curtain of spider webs that Ava shot out in defense were all too slow. George weaved through them in an instant, and in the next he was right before her eyes. Ava jumped out of the way of a kick that would have knocked her feet out from under her, then blocked the second half of George's double roundhouse with a high kick of her own. Oh, another thing she taught him. God, no, I don't need to hear that laugh again. Ava's swift feet flashed like lightning. Low, mid-level attack. As George's head fell forward, she caught it in both hands as though she was about to smash it against the ground. It was then met with Ava's knee as it rose like a bolt of lightning from the earth. Oh, yes! Oh, thank you. Oh, damn. I love seeing that. I'm not gonna lie. I love knees to the head. I really do. I love seeing that. Sorry, George, but it's fun to watch. It's still weird though, I'm not gonna lie.
了解だ。だがその蹴りはお腹の外からになるけどね。
George's knee buried itself into Ava's abdomen. In an instant before she felt the pain of that fierce attack, Ava watched her son's kick with a proud smile and then she vomited. Damn.
いい加減そういう若い子向きの服は自重した方がいいんじゃないかな。
Her chin still covered in vomit, Ava looked up at George with a twisted anguish. She could see how pathetic her face was by her reflection in his glasses.
母さんも僕も一緒に子供時代とお別れしよう。母さん。
That was interesting. The violent lightning and rain made time freeze. George's beautiful kick had stopped an inch from Ava's chest. However, the power of the red magic circle surrounding George had already pierced Ava's body. Though he had stopped without hitting her, blood poured out of Ava's back. No wound had been left on her chest, but her heart had been torn apart. Ava slumped backwards and landed in a puddle with a splash. There were no convulsions. Her life had been ended without leaving her even an instant to writhe about in pain.
その辺にいるんじゃないかい、ガブ。
As he strained his glasses, George spoke to the rose thicket behind him. Then a pitch black hole opened in the air there, and Gap jumped out. I swear to God, not again.
大したもんね。あのエヴァ・ベアトリーチェを継承前とはいえ打ち倒すなんて。
やはりいたかい。余計なちょっかいを出さなくて親子水入らずで過ごせたよ。
まさかいなかったわよ。今あなたが私を召喚したんだわ。
What?
どっちでもいいさ。君にお願いがあるんだ。
聞く義理はあるの？
聞いてくれないのかい。
With his back still facing her, George reset his glasses. The thread in its voice held the solemn presence of a king who could control demons. That presence made Gap gulp, and she licked her lips before bowing respectfully to his bag.
私はイケてる男が好きだけど、王女はもっと好きだわ。何なりとお命じを、魔王陛
後ろ宮家の当主に憧れ、その夢と猛襲に生きた彼女の亡骸をふさわしい場所に安置してほしい。
じゃあ、金蔵の書斎へ？
Sounds good to me.
いや、貴賓室がいいな。
Okay, or not.
屋敷の2階のあの開かずの貴賓室。
あの部屋ね。了解したわ。ジョージ陛下。
Gap approached Ava's corpse and lightly tapped the ground with her right heel. When she did, a large hole opened up and swallowed both Gap and the corpse and closed. After a while, a small hole opened up in the air, and the staff she was always carried, which was marked with the one-winged eagle that symbolized the head of the Umineko family, was spat out into a puddle. Because the corpse would no longer have any use for it, I'm taking this. George slowly approached that staff, and stepped down hard on the tip. When he did, the staff spun violently into the air, and after passing by the blue moon which honored the Demon King, it flew into George's outstretched hand. The instant he grasped it, another fierce lightning bolt landed nearby, and when the flash disappeared, the staff he had been holding became a spray of gold butterflies and vanished. Damn. It was as though George had crushed the staff out of existence. I would have kept it. It's a nice souvenir.
これで僕はノルマクリアだ。次の人に番を譲るよ。
自分の母さんを手にかけるなんて。
自分を世界で一番最初に愛してくれる人であり、そして一番最後に決別すべき人だ。それが 家を出るということだよ。これが僕が作用をめとるために見せられる勇気だ。
ジョージ様。あっぱれなり後ろ宮ジョージ。まずは見事であるぞ。
Do I get to have a witch Natsui? That would be nice. I would love to see that.
たとえゲーム上のこととはいえ、駒のこととはいえ、自分の母親を殺すのは愉快なことではないね。しかし、それが君たちの課す試練だと言うから、僕は答えたよ。
He stared at the two demons. The demons looked at each other, then showed their surprise with their now familiar exaggerated gestures.
そうだね、フルフル。ジョージ君の決意は本物だ。どうやら僕は君を見誤っていたようだね。謝るよ。許してほしい。
George chose not to go along with this almost theatrical conversation. He just quietly looked down upon the game board, found the piece representing his mother, which was right next to his, and tipped it over. This was the trial that Zephyr and Furufuru had set up for him. So that the love of the pair will stand true, offer up the life of one person by your own hands. That's fucked. It was similar to the game within Beato's fourth game, where they were given 3 options as part of the test to select the next family head. However, a pair of lovers will never abandon each other's lives, so they were automatically left with just the option of sacrificing the life of another instead. In fact, it was merciful that they only had to choose the life of one person rather than themselves instead of all. And besides, it only meant taking those lives as pieces on the board. For the versions of themselves to whom the game board was the only world, this was a tragic parricide. But to those who stood around the game board in the witch's smoking room, it was nothing more than a movement of the pieces representing George's will to overcome his parents. However, the fact remained that the demons had ordered them to take these lives, even if it was just within one of the endless fragmented worlds. George appeared to have distanced himself from the events of the demon's game board, but Jessica still seemed to resist the idea of stealing another person's life, even if it was only their life as a piece on the game board.
おじけづいたか？いえ、バトラさんの望むベアトリーチェはこんなことでは臆したりしません。
さあ、次は誰が試練に挑戦を？誰でもいい。次なる犠牲者を選び出してほしい。
I'll take Maria and just break the little kid's neck. Oh god, that's horrible. But I mean, it's easier.
誰でもいい。次なる挑戦者は名乗り出てほしい。
誰も名乗り出ないなら僕の勝ちということだね。
そうなる
That was quick.
ならばおめでとう、後ろ宮ジョージ。
あなたとあなたの愛する人の恋の成就へ至る扉の鍵を僕たちは今こそ授けん。待てよ。
As the demons delightedly named George as the victor, they were interrupted by the next challenger.
ジェシカさん、次は私だぜ。いいぜ、やってやろう。私だってカノン君のこと半端に考えてるわけじゃねえってこと見せてやら。
Oh, great. I still would love to see a witch Natsui. That would be nice. But I doubt it. I can't have too many nice things in this world. As usual, this year's family conference was getting bogged down. Everyone had decided to cool their heads for a moment and take a short break a short break had been agreed upon. The 4 siblings could say whatever they wanted. But Natsui and Kyrie, for example, were outsiders and found it difficult to speak freely in this sort of atmosphere. A conference where you aren't allowed to say what you want can be tiring, even as you just sit there quietly. Even Kyrie couldn't help letting out a deep sigh. This was the second floor hallway of the mansion. Rudolph had wanted to be alone during the break, so she had felt like doing the same, and he had drifted up the stairs to reach this place. Her expression was less tightly controlled than it was with her husband when her husband was around. Kyrie wore a tired look that she didn't often show. She pressed her cheek against the cool window glass. I need to regain my spirit and support my husband, even if I'm not allowed to speak. That's the duty I've won. Oh, what the hell? Suddenly, she sensed another person. She suddenly sensed another person, turned around, and saw Jessica standing at the other end of the hallway. Why'd she pick Kyrie?
あら、ジェシカちゃんじゃない。ゲストハウスに行ったんじゃなかったの？
ちょっと本を取りに自分の部屋へ戻ってたんです。
そう。ゲストハウスに戻るところ？
はい、そうです。
嫌な雨ね。風はだいぶ強いのかしら。
今は比較的弱いみたいです。
As Kyrie looked out the window, Jessica watched her back, looking agitated.
キリエおばさん、ごめんよ。運がなかったと思ってくれ。
At least she didn't kill Rosa. That's good.
ジェシカの運命のルーレットはキリエを選んでしまったわ。
どうするんだいジェシカ。ルーレットはキリエを選んだけど、それを拒否して再びルーレットを回すのも君の勝手さ。
I'd spin it again.
試練に捧げるのは誰の命でも問わないのだから。
Giving like Hideyoshi or something. Jessica wasn't like George. George had willingly chosen Ava to be a sacrifice, to signify his separation from his old life so that he could step into a new life married to Shannon. However, Jessica hadn't thought of any particular target, so she had left it up to the roulette of fate. That is no exaggeration. She had walked around at random, imposing a rule on herself saying that the first person she met would be chosen as the sacrifice. And so the roulette of fate had brought her to Kyrie. Of course, there was nothing forcing her to keep that rule. However, Jessica didn't want to break a rule she hadn't made. Now that she was participating in this demon's game, this was the one bit of justice she could cling to. Right now she could attack that unprotected back. But Jessica still wasn't able to fully resolve herself.
どうしたの？何か私に話でも？
Noticing Jessica's strange silence, Kyrie turned around. That unprotected back was already gone. Jessica realized that her hesitation had cost her her own first chance. She had taken on this demon's game to prove her love for Kennen. However, would it really be alright to sell her soul to demons for the sake of love? Not wanting to let George, who had already taken a far-sighted view of the situation, get any more of a lead on her, she had energetically consented to this demon's game, but her heart still wasn't ready.
キリエおばさんにこんな質問まずいかな。
何？ジェシカちゃんが私に質問なんて珍しいわね。答えられるものだといいんだけれど。
Would you mind dying?
私好きな人がいるんです。
あら、そうなの？それは素敵ね。まさか恋の相談なの？
そんなところです。
いいわよ。私でよければ力になるわ。
ありがとうございます。実はそれで
まだ片思いなの？
いえ、そこから両思いになりたてって感じのとこです。ただ結ばれるには試練があって。
I have to kill someone. Hope you don't mind.
試練？何それ？
私たちともう一組の恋人たちがいて争わなくちゃ。
三角関係？それとも四角関係？
Oh, it's definitely a triangle.
複雑そうね。それで？
勝った方の恋人同士しか結ばれない、そういう複雑なことになってるんです。つまり
嫌な話ね。 相手を踏み台にしてしかどちらも成就できない恋なのね。
はい、自分たちが結ばれれば相手が破綻します。そして逆もしかりです。
質問の趣旨が大体分かったわ。こういうことでしょ。人は幸せになるためにどこまで他者を踏み台にすることが許されるのかでしょ。
Yes, Kyrie is very smart. She'd already guessed the question that Jessica had wanted to ask most.
戦わなければ自動的に相手が勝ってジェシカちゃんたちは負けになる。しかし戦って勝てば相手を破綻させることになる。どちらも嫌な話ね。でも聞くまでもなく答えは決まっているわ。
Well, it depends how much you love him.
はい。
Kyrie giggled. If she was willing to stick to her love, then that would show the measure of their relationship. If that were the case, she would just let the other pair of lovers win. However, if this was a love she couldn't abandon her chances of victory either. So she had no options other than to fight. In the end, Jessica's hesitation was caused by guilt over forcing the others to be split apart as the result of her inevitable decision.
やっぱり甘えているでしょうか。
そうね、甘えてるわ。
でも自分たちが結ばれるために誰かを踏み台にするなんて、そんなの辛いです。
じゃあジェシカちゃんは恋のお相手を諦める？
それは
断言するわ。その方が辛いわよ。地獄を這うことになる。生涯ね。
A hardness had entered Kyrie's gaze.
私は6歳だったから当時は何もわからなかったけれど、遺品の中にお母さんの手記があったわ。
それは日記のようなものか？
どちらかというと随想録ね。日記よりももっとアバウトなものよ。亡くなってすぐにそれを見つけて読んだけど、その意味を理解できるようになるには長い時間と私の成長を待たなければならなかったわ。
なるほど。キリエの夫婦仲についての悩みが記されていたというのか。
あれは完全にお母さんの呪い帳よね。その中身は6歳の私がずっと漠然と感じていた疑問を次々に表解させてくれたわ。
When I was 6, it seemed as though my parents were very close and had no problems. And though I thought it odd that Oni-chan lived separately even though he was in our family, I accepted it as the way things were.
アスムのことは知らなかったのか？
お兄ちゃんが誰もいない時に話してくれたような気がするけど、小学校前の私にそれが理解できるはずがない。だって写真すらない相手よ。お母さんはアスムさんの写った写真のすべてをお兄ちゃんに送って家の中には一切残さなかったそうだから。
To Angie and Battler, who rarely came home, Kyrie's smile never faltered. If she hadn't written her thoughts in that notebook, Angie would have never known. Since his school days, Rudolph had been particularly popular with girls, a typical playboy. He had probably built up a formula of being audacious, over the top, and yet not lacking a bit of gentleness towards women. In their attempts to win Rudolph's favor, several women tried various seductive tricks. Rudolph himself probably enjoyed that more than anyone. That's the whole point. Since the beginning, love had been a game to Rudolph. He never thought of it as a trial and error process to find a single life partner. He would intentionally spark jealousy between women and lap up their compliments and revel in the harem. He may be my father, but he was an awful man. Sounds like it.
でもお父さんも同時に媚びへつらう女の子たちをきっと見下してもいたのね。そんな中に自分の価値観をしっかりと持ち知性を見せるお母さんは目立って見えた。
それすらもルドルフの目を引きたいキリエの知恵かもしれぬがな。
That's true.
かもね。 お母さんはいろいろな意味で頭が良かったから。
Like the other Urshimiya siblings, Rudolph had strong ambitions and lofty goals. Yeah, except this seemed more in the goals of just having sex with as many women as possible. Under the motives of if you don't do it, you've done it, and as long as you can get away with it. He would alternate between setting up businesses that were borderline swindles or illegal, then running away. He's a fucking great guy.